So hi friends, I'm back with a new video today, and today's video will be about interview tips. So interviews are the most important part of our lives, because they are the gateways to our bright future. So there are basically two types of interviews. The first type is telephonic interviews, and the second type is personal interviews. So today we'll be discussing the tips about telephonic interviews. So always make sure the telephonic interviews are like the entrance test for personal interviews, when there are a number of candidates and it's impossible for the companies to spend so much time to interview each and every candidate personally. So which method they apply is to shortlist the candidates is telephonic interviews. So if you pass the telephonic interview, then only you will be called for the personal interview. So you are supposed to make sure that you present yourself in a very positive way, so that the interviewer shortlists you for the personal interview. So it's very important for us to consider tips for telephonic interviews before we go to the telephonic interview. So the process of telephonic interview goes basically in 4 stages. So the first stage is the company person calls you and asks you your name and the profile you have applied for, and they ask you if you are free for that particular day and time slot in which they want to consider the telephonic interview round. Then as per the discussion goes, the the company person mails you stating the date, day and the time slot in which they want to conduct the telephonic interview round. Then based on your feasibility, if you're okay with the time slot given or not, you are supposed to reply them back. It's called as the confirmation mail for the telephonic round. Then the last and the fourth step is it's the actual telephonic interview round, in which like one or two people from the company call you and ask you some questions. So we'll discuss about the questions in the next video, but today we'll be discussing the tips you should consider before before doing a telephonic interview. So the first tip is you should read about the job description of the job you have applied for. So basically, if you apply for some job, they already provide the job description, or after the application they may give you some job details. So you are supposed to read that thrice, so that you get an idea about what the company expects from you, and so that you can present yourself that way, so that they should consider you the appropriate candidate for that particular job. So then prepare accordingly. So as I said that after knowing what the company expects from you, so you can prepare yourself accordingly. Always keep the job description and your resume in front of you when you are going for the telephonic interview round, so that if you get stuck somewhere, you can refer to it without so that the interviewer cannot know about it, that you don't have that much knowledge about the job description or your resume. You might get stuck because of nervousness sometimes. So do a research in company, example, who's the founder and the CEO of the company, who's the president, and where are the headquarters situated, where is the company situated in your country, also what are the services provided by that company, etc, etc. So then you are supposed to, it will be best if you prepare some notes on these, and you keep that paper of those notes in front of you, so that if you get stuck somewhere, it will be good if you refer to it. Then if suppose the interview is supposed to be conducted at 1 o'clock, So you are supposed to get ready or be ready 15 minutes before that. Be ready with your pen, blank paper, you know, a glass of water, or a water bottle, and your notes, your resume, everything, and search for a place where you have a good network coverage, so that there's no disturbance in the call. Also search for a place which is quiet, so that it's audible to you whatever the interviewer is asking you. Keep your voice clear. Your pronunciations should be clear. You are supposed to speak slowly, and also keep the pitch of your voice medium, not too loud, not too silent, so that you are audible to the interviewer. Also, be ready with at least 2 questions if the interviewer asks you. If you have any doubts, it is always good to ask minimum 1 or 2 questions, so that the interviewer gets to know that you have researched enough, and it gives a good impression. Also be ready with your strengths and weaknesses. It's always good. You never know what the interviewer will be asking you, so it's also you shouldn't take it for granted that it's just a telephonic interview and not a personal interview. So you should always be ready. Yeah, whenever an interviewer asks you a question and you don't know the answer, or you are not sure about things, what you should say, you should take time, think, and then only speak. Do not speak without thinking, because it's an interview. Yeah, this is all for the telephonic interview tips. I'll be back with a video on personal interview tips, and also some questions related to telephonic interview and personal interview. Bye. A most humble request to you all guys is that if you all like my videos, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Bye.